my channel. Today we are doing another self-tanning review. Today's review is on the Tropez Self-Tan Express Gel. Today's video is actually sponsored by a website called lookfantastic.com. They reached out to me and asked if I wanted to be part of their at-home glow summer campaign, to which I said, yes. You guys know I love self-tanners, and their website is like an all-in-one beauty store. They have hair, makeup, self-tanners. They carry everything from high-end products like YSL to drugstore products like NYX, and they have an insanely large collection of self-tanners on their website. So if you're like me and you're always on the hunt for the perfect self-tanner, definitely check out their website. They have so many brands, some that you've probably never heard of, and they gave me a code which is Casey, and it'll give you 20% off at checkout. So definitely go use that if you are in the market for a self-tanner. Now, I know there are some exclusions that apply, so, you know, feel free to type my name in, see if it works. I know it definitely works for the Tropez Express Gel. So if you're in the market for this, go check it out. Well, without further ado, let's jump right on into this review. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's jump right on in. So in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the Tropez Self-Tan Express, but I'm also going to be comparing it to the Tropez Express Foam and let you know how they compare and how they differ. If you see my video where I go over all the self-tanners that I own, you guys would know that this was my holy grail product through college. This lasted me through swim class. You guys, it didn't even rub off with my bathing suit or turn me orange from like the insane amount of chlorine in that pool. So I love, love, love this product, and I definitely recommend it to everyone. But let's see which one I like better. Do I like the gel? Do I like the foam? Just keep watching and you will find right out. I'm also going to show you guys how I apply self-tanner to my hands, because I feel like that is the one spot that people tend to mess up, and it's the most noticeable area when you mess up, because your hands are always out here grabbing things, signing things, you know, out and about. You use your hands. So I'm going to show you how I get it that my arm to my hand is all the same color, because I have been guilty of my hands being too dark, and then I get nervous and then I don't put self-tanner on them. Then I have like tan arms and white hands. It's not a great look, but stay tuned to see how I do that and make it flawless. Now, if you guys have seen my Tropez Purity Bronzing Gel review, you know that the two things I had a problem with is that it was an 8-hour self-tanner and there was no guide color. Well, I swear these companies are listening. They're watching my videos. This is the second or third time this has happened where a company saw my video and then their next product met all my requirements. So this is an Express Tan, and it has a guide color, so this could potentially be my holy grail self-tanner. Now, the one key factor that makes all self-tanners look different from one another is their undertone. This self-tanner, unlike the foam self-tanner, has a little bit of a red undertone. This has more of a yellow undertone. Now, when you're very fair, I have found that a little bit of red in the undertone makes it look more natural. It gives it more of a sun-kissed look, versus sometimes I look a little yellow with the regular Express tanner, just like in that overcast lighting. I come off a little bit of like a Simpson? They're the yellow people, right? Yeah, I look a little bit like a Simpson. But with this one, even in like the overcast lighting, it just looks so natural and beautiful. I love the undertone of this product. This is actually probably my favorite one. The Tropez Self-Tan Extra Dark also has a red undertone, but that one is a little bit more intense than this one. So if you're trying to like gauge where this undertone lies, it's in between the regular Tropez Self-Tan Express Foam and the extra dark version. So if you're not like a big fan of intense undertones, I think this would be your nice middle ground. Now, ever since foam self-tanners came out on the market, I have been obsessed with foams. But when the Purity Bronzing Gel formula was released, I noticed how easy it is to spread a gel all over your body. It doesn't dry you out. It actually moisturizes your skin. And I felt like it's just easier to glide over. If you have dry skin like me, you need moisture, because you don't want the self-tanner getting caught on like little patches on your skin. And that's something that I noticed happens with foam self-tanners. So with this one, you don't have to worry about that. It just glides over the skin effortlessly. It is definitely my favorite texture of a self-tanner, I guess you would say. Between like a lotion, a foam, and a gel, gel is my favorite. Just like all my other self-tanners, I apply this with a mitt. It's just my best way of applying a self tanner. Now I can give you guys an entire breakdown, like 101 beginner self tanner guide if you would like. I felt like there was a lot of them on like YouTube already, so I just felt like a lot of people wouldn't want that. But I have a lot of friends who are just getting into self tanners and they're like asking me questions of how you apply it to your hands, your feet, and I'm willing to give you guys an entire breakdown if that's what you want. Like I said, in this video, I'm going to show you how I apply it to my hands so that you guys can get the flawless look, because I've been there. I've been there when my hands were bright orange and when they're bright white. So I understand the struggle. It's nice to be on the other end of the struggle bus now, where like I can help someone else out. It's not fun being on the struggle bus. But anyways, back to the self tanner. I left the self tanner on for the 3 hours. I want to get the full effect. And can I just say, look how natural this looks. Like this is, I'm in shock. This is beautiful. I kind of expected it to look exactly like the foam version, but it doesn't. It's just so bronze. I'm speechless. I really love this self tanner. I knew what I was talking about when I said that if they made the other one with a guide color and express, I would love it, because I know me, I guess. But like, I am obsessed with the self tanner. I highly recommend this for anyone who is in the market for a self tanner at the moment. Like, check it out. Definitely check it out. Like I said, I have a 20% off coupon code, Casey. Use that, don't use that, I don't really care. But I am telling you guys, look this self tanner up, because I love it. I think this is beginner friendly, unlike the other one, because it has the guide color. It's so easy just to smooth over your skin. Use a mitt, use a mitt, use a mitt. I always say, use your mitt. It gives a flawless application. Just do it. Trust me. I know what I'm talking about. Thank you. Like, y'all, I'm glowing. Now, it does smell like DHA. Like, it doesn't even try to cover it up. So, you know, while you are processing, I would say it smells like DHA for the first 8 to 12 hours, and then the smell kind of fades away like it does with all their self tanners. So like, if you're going on a date, maybe do this the day before so you don't like smell like self tanner. But it's also one of those where you're like, if you're working out or you get hot and sweaty, you don't smell like the DHA, which is nice. Sometimes once you start getting sweaty, even like if the DHA smell goes away, it will start to smell again. I don't know if it's just coming out of your pores or something. It's not a great thing to happen, but this one does not do that. Although I'm reading here, it says no self-tan smell. As I just stated, it does smell like self-tan, but only for like the first 8 hours. I realized I never gave like a breakdown of like what it means by the Self-Tan Express. If you are new to all of this, for this self-tanner, 1 hour is a light tan, 2 hours is a medium tan, and 3 hours is their dark tan. I usually like would go for a medium tan. I think through the summer though, I'm going to do the 3 hours because I'm obsessed with this and I really like it. Now, my favorite thing about Saint Tropez products are that they just gradually go away. They don't get like crazy patchy, and when it's time to scrub them off, they scrub off. You might think like, I want this thing to last forever. Trust me, when you have a spray tan that is wearing off and you can't scrub it off, there is nothing worse than that. So these wear away immaculately. I just spit, that's disgusting. I'm sorry. But the only one that's gotten like slightly patchy was the extra dark, but that's because it's so much darker than my natural skin tone that anytime it starts to fade, it's just gonna look a little off. But their products just go away. You don't get like random like splotches all over your body. Now, I just wanna go over some questions that I get asked on a lot of my self-tanner reviews, which is, how do I maintain my tan? Well, when I apply self-tanner, I exfoliate really well in the shower beforehand, apply lotion. I apply my self-tanner. For this one, I waited the 3 hours. I rinse it off, and then I let it develop over the 8 hours, and then I apply lotion on top of it. And I apply lotion every single day after. Now, I am flawed. I don't know why. It's just like such a process to put lotion all over your body, but you guys do it. That's what's gonna make your tan last the longest, so that you don't get dry patches on your skin, which will, you know, cause it to flake off, and then you have, you know, blotchiness, but it's just because your skin got dry and like flaked off. I can usually get my self tanners to last between 5 to 7 days, and when it comes to the day that I have to like just exfoliate once again and get the rest of the self tanner off, because like I said, these kind of like gradually just fade away, but at the end I do like to just take it all off and restart. But I'm gonna jump right in right now to show you guys how I apply the self tanner to my hands. Here I'm just showing you what the bottle looks like. You can see when it's pumped out that the color of the tanner is very dark. It has a nice olive undertone. Now I used to start with my legs, but I found that if I start with my upper body, I am not so lazy by the end, and your arms and getting your back is a little bit more difficult than your legs. So here you can see that I'm putting it all down my arm. I use around 2 pumps, and make sure you get your armpit, because you do not want your armpit to be white when the rest of your arm is nice and bronzed. So I'm just bringing it from the top of my arm down to my wrist. Do not start at your wrist, because that's where it will be the darkest. You want the color to really just fade nicely down by your wrist and then going to your hands. As you can see here, I'm doing a claw motion with my fingers. I'm going over each finger, and then I'm going up into each, I guess you could call it like a valley of your finger, the in between of each ones, and I'm going over them once again. And now I'm going in between like it's a mountain, up and down through each finger, so that the sides of my fingers get tan as well, because you don't want just the top of your finger to be tan. You want the sides. And here I'm just comparing the color of the two. In this clip, you can see that I'm applying the tanner to my face. This is one of my most asked questions. Everyone always asks if I apply to my face, and I do with every self-tanner, and I never seem to break out from self-tanner. Make sure you are putting it over your ears and behind your ears, because when you put your hair up in a ponytail, people will notice if you don't have any tan behind your ears. Hope you guys enjoyed today's review of the Saint Tropez Self Tan Express Gel. Let me know if you guys are looking to pick up this self tanner or any others. If there are ones that you want me to review, leave the name of them in the comment section down below, and always feel free to ask me questions if I haven't answered something that you wanted to know. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow my Instagram. It's at KCElizabeth_YT, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!